Welcome everyone to our global channel webinar with our February edition today, introducing the latest features of Kaspersky SIEM 3.4. Before we get started, I would like to ask you, please, can you hear me and see me okay? Can you give me a sign? Can you let me know? Just a quick reaction or send me in the questions. Yeah, seems to be working. Thank you very much for that. All right. So what you see there in front of you right now is a quick commercial on our LinkedIn site. So I encourage you to also join our LinkedIn community. You will get the latest news and event announcements. And we have given you a QR code here. So if you want to use that, if not, just go and find us on LinkedIn /showcase/Kaspersky hyphen partners. Okay, thank you very much. So with that, I move on. Kaspersky SIEM is our topic today, as you know. I also have for you, before we get started, we have three questions for you. We are kind of interested in a few things, and let me go and show that to you. So, and the first question is, which SIEM vendor do you work with the most? And I give you a couple of seconds, half a minute to answer. So answers are coming in. Answers are coming in. As you can see, Splunk, ArcSight, QRadar, Kaspersky, or other. All right. Okay. Thank you very much for voting, for sharing. Okay. Let's see what we got. As you can see, it's a quite a mix across many different ones. 40% are other, 20% Kaspersky. Thank you very much, and kind of interesting to our people. Yeah, that's really good information. Thank you for that. Two more questions actually for you, and one is, and that one here, what features would you like to see developed in the future versions of our SIEM? We will be having our product marketing manager right here. And the potential answers are AI assistant, compliance, content pack, out-of-the-box connectors, cloud installation, or other. Okay, all right, I see already a trend. You might not see that, but I share it with you in a second. And so a relatively clear message to our product marketing and product development team is most of the people would like to see an AI assistant. Not a big surprise, probably. And finally, the last question here is what new materials or assets on Kaspersky SIEM would you like to get in 2025? These are kind of like marketing materials which help you to order in order to sell it and present it to your customers. Either a short partner-specific presentation, why work with Kaspersky, special offerings document, or more like a SIEM business-oriented one-pager. Okay, and I give you 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Ended. And okay, that is pretty much like across the board. And I think, again, a clear message to our marketing team that those kind of things are really requested by most of the people, all of them. And we take that back to HQ and make sure you get that. Okay, so thank you very much for that. I move on. Before we go really into the topic, I would like to let you know about two things. One is We will share the recording after the session in our follow-up email. And secondly, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to go and ask those kind of questions in the question tab. We will make sure like we answer all of them. We come back to you after the presentation. We have a little bit of time at the end. And also, we see that and record it, and we definitely answer all of your questions. All right. So with that, here is the agenda, and I would like to introduce really two very valuable colleagues of mine here, which take you through the presentation. That is Alexander Mamalidi, who will take the first part of the agenda, talking about Kaspersky, the market trends, solution overview, and competitive advantages. And our business development manager, Alexei Serebyakov, will talk about the new features and improvements, and all of us will take you through the Q&As at the end, okay? All right, so with that, I pass the floor to Alexander. And one sec. Alexander, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Andreas. Yes, once again, my name is Alexander. Let me quickly share this slide. I hope you can see it. Once again, thank you for joining our session. My name is Alexander, and today, together with Alexei, we will give you a deep dive into our Kaspersky SIEM and its latest features. Uh, and without further ado, let's proceed with the presentation. So, Kaspersky SIEM is our unified monitoring and analysis platform that acts as the centerpiece of a security system of Security Operations Center. Now, a quick word about Kaspersky, the global company that is present in many countries, 200 countries, 30 plus offices all around the world, with more than 5,000 qualified specialists, half of which is research and development. We also have transparency centers all over the world where our code and inside information about our products can be reviewed and checked by parties who are interested in, because we are a transparent company and we have nothing to hide. And of course, as you can see, we have offices on 5 continents, so a truly global present company. Now on to the CEM market trends that we observe. Of course, first of all, let's pay attention to the hype cycle made by Gartner, dedicated to security operations in 2024. And it is good news and very noteworthy that CM is in the plateau of productivity, recognized by Gartner, meaning that this technology is uh, well well received and recognized by the market players and customers. It is a must-have for security operations and something that has been the one of the focuses of the market. So very good news. CM solutions are very relevant. Now on to the market itself. So what we observe is a sort of a shake-up in the CM market. So that companies who had 43% of the CM market share in 2023 have all been recently involved in merger and acquisition deals, as you might have already heard. So on the right side, you can see the snapshot, how the picture looked in 2023 with And for example, we observed that Cisco completed the acquisition of Splunk, Palo Alto acquired IBM's Curator, and Logarithm and Exabeam merged. These are just some examples, but they are good examples to highlight the fact that many customers of CM solutions are in the state of uncertainty because they don't know who provides them the platform that monitors, correlates, and helps them with log management and incident response and threat detection. So um, this is a good opportunity for them to shift to a proven vendor like Kaspersky, who has an outstanding CM solution, which I will tell you all about. First of all, usually what is expected out of a CM system from the business standpoint. And of course, usually a CM solution would help identify, prioritize, and investigate security events, execute response actions, and report on current and historical security events. And one of the business benefits, of course, number one is aligning disparate technology investments and reducing the operational staffing overhead that takes to manage security issues and incidents. Also, it gives the security team, security operations center, a better overall situational awareness regarding their security issues, cybersecurity posture, and provides a trusted system of record that can be used mainly for two purposes. One is, of course, increasing operational security, having the necessary data, actionable data, right, right in front of them. And second, of course, compliance reporting, because that data is stored and easily accessible and stored efficiently. Now onto our state-of-the-art SOC platform that is based on AI-powered technology stack and of course reinforced by Kaspersky's world-leading threat intelligence. Let's start off by differentiating between two terms, Kaspersky SIEM and Kaspersky Unified Monitoring and Analysis Platform. If you have worked with our solution, you have probably came across both. And the first one, Kaspersky SIEM, is our straightforward marketing name that clearly indicates that our solution belongs to the CM class. Meanwhile, our actual product, SKU, is called Kaspersky Unified Monitoring and Analysis Platform, and its acronym KUMA should not be used worldwide. So we recommend that you uh, when working with our solution or when communicating about our solution, use the terms on the left. And quickly going over our target audience is, of course, classic decision makers and specifiers of an enterprise solution. So CISO, CIO, the manager of Security Operations Center. Specifiers could be from the IT side of things, such as manager, security manager, and of course, they could also come from cybersecurity or security operations, such as SOC analyst, incident responder, threat hunters, CFO. And the segment we are targeting built in our solution. Alexei will touch on this in his part of the presentation. And of course, SMBs, mid-range and high-end enterprises, and organizations in any industry with more than 1,000 endpoints and internal IT security staff, expertise, and knowledge. And of course, companies with concerns about regulations and privacy. Uh, Vertically, we are agnostic, but most interest could be found in financial services, healthcare, telco, retail, and government. And sales drivers, what do these customers want from our solution? What issues do they want to solve? And first of all, they need a unified solution to handle complex attacks. They want to increase the efficiency of their security operations and reduce detection and response gaps. So classic metrics with mean time to detect and mean time to respond. They want to get better at it. And of course, they want to stay compliant and reduce themselves of that headache with easy reporting and data storage. Now, what makes our solution special? Uh, why should we be chosen over competitors? Is, of course, first of all, our flexible licensing options. Our solution tracks average flow of events per second per day after it's aggregated and filtered to make sure that overruns are limited. And even if those overruns happen, we do not restrict access to our Kaspersky SIEM because we think that uh, informational security, cybersecurity is of the highest importance, and this is why we do not restrict access even if there are some overflows, overruns of information. Now about our storage, as I said, a important aspect, log management and storing all the logs for compliance purposes, for example, and at the same time for security operations purposes. So our solution allows to store data locally. We provide true data sovereignty, and not every vendor is capable of this. And while doing this, customers to stay within their budget for extended periods. And we provide hot and cold storage options with ClickHouse and HDFS or local disks. And to make sure that data that is needed to be stored for long-term purposes is stored in the cold format. And this is very beneficial when it comes to the efficiency of storage and its requirements, and hot storage for data that needs to be interacted with on constant basis. And the search between these two areas uh, is simultaneous, and the distinction between these areas is transparent to the user. So hence the uncompromised fashion. Then we, with the help of our threat intelligence, with seamless integration with our threat intelligence, help improve data relevancy and speed up detection and triage by enriching the data with tactical, operational, and strategic TI provided via Threat Intelligence Portal for Kaspersky by our world-leading team of researchers and analysts. And TI is seamlessly integrated into our solution, which is a major benefit for users who interact with the console, with the platform. And it, of course, reduces the amount of clicks and actions they have to perform in order to enrich the data. Now on to the integrations. We offer a wide range of our own and third-party integrations with built-in response options. Other vendors are not able to match our level of seamless integrations with our own solution. For example, as I previously mentioned, TI, we have a single interface within our Kaspersky SIEM for TI integration. And another example would be the ability to use our endpoint sensors. if they are already configured within the infrastructure of a customer, we can just use them to act as CM agents, so they don't have to install CM agents on their machines, which is a major benefit. Of course, saves a lot of time and resources, and there's much more to our integrations. And of course, we are very cost efficient when it comes to hardware requirements. Our solution allows to save up to 50% on hardware or virtualization installation requirements, hence reducing the total cost of ownership with our high-performance modular solution that consistently outperforms legacy CMs when it comes to cost efficiency. And our solution still can handle hundreds of thousands of events per second on each instance without errors, bugs, or slowing down. So truly efficient and powerful machine system. And of course, as I briefly mentioned, we have a built-in multi-tenancy with an MSSP and large enterprise-ready solution. We offer native multi-tenancy support, uh, where a single installation of our CM in the main organization enables the creation of isolated CMs for tenants that receive and process their own events. That means that those tenants do not have to install a CM if it is installed in the main organization's infrastructure, which is also very effective. Now on to some use cases and features that support the main use cases of a CM. First of all is the centralized log management to collect and store events from a wide variety of sources in a central repository and to monitor user activity and access to critical assets. And what are the features that support this use case? First of all, is the secure storage of logs. Then event normalization to make sure that information from various sources stays consistent. Then policies related to log retention and built-in and custom connectors to hundreds of sources from Kaspersky or third-party vendors that are regularly updated and improved. Second use case would be threat detection to analyze events and alerts in real time, to detect and prioritize threats, and to reduce mean time to detect, a very important and popular metric. This is supported by near real-time correlation and creation of alerts about found threats, hundreds of out-of-the-box correlation rules. Uh, I would say it's around 700 rules at the moment to detect various attack scenarios, updated regularly, created by our Kaspersky SOC team with their outstanding and proven expertise and experience. And of course, mapped with MITRE mapping and comes with a response recommendation. And as I said, of course, improved with threat intelligence in a seamless manner. Now on to incident response use case. So to coordinate the response workflow and to reduce mean time to respond, contain, and remediate. Of course, it is supported by the following features: automated inventory uh, information collection to help contextualize security events and support investigations, built-in response features with Kaspersky and third-party products that include managing the network, isolation of assets, prevention rules, execution of application scripts, and other response features. And of course, the brand new AI module that helps triage alerts and incidents by analyzing historical data. Another use case, threat hunting to discover previously hidden threats. So historical data could be searched through quickly and also come in the form of ready reports about security events. We offer outstanding visualization with dashboards and resources dependencies graph, for example, to provide a better picture of identified trends, patterns, and anomalous events. And of course, the brand new AI-based risk scoring of assets that my colleague Alexei will tell you in detail about, because this is something that is new in CM 3.4. Now, a quick overview of the architecture of our solution. As you can see, classic components of a CM solution. So the core, the correlator, collector and storage. One of the newest features that we introduced last year is, for example, event rotor. Uh, then on the right, you can see the agents of our solution. Of course, as I mentioned, endpoint security agent can act as a CM agent, but if it's not installed, we have our own agents for Linux and for Windows. Uh, a variety of enrichment sources such as CyberTrace, Kaspersky Threat Lookup, and of course responses, as I mentioned previously, Kaspersky Security Center, Kaspersky Industrial Cybersecurity, third-party solutions, Kaspersky EDR, and other products such as XDR, for example, or all are available for response functionality. Now, quickly about our integration capabilities. So, as you can see, more than 200 sources supported out of the box with third-party products and solutions. We cover most or all the security domains usually necessary for protecting the entire infrastructure. So, endpoint, network, cloud security, threat intelligence, identity security, data loss prevention, security awareness, IoT and OT security, then transport types, data types, and of course, our own products. When you get the presentation, you'll be able to access the full list of integration capabilities by clicking on the full list button. And the last slide that I will present before passing the word to Alexei is about our useful resources. The buttons on the left are all clickable, so make sure to click them and check them out. So, of course, Partner Portal, the main source where you can find more about the product, positioning, advantages, and other assets. Just visit the portal page. I'm sure you have the link, but if not, click the link here. Then our technical playlist, a highly recommended group of videos, 16 technical pre-recorded demos of our solution available on YouTube, and guiding the user on how to work with our CM solution. Very useful source of Kaspersky CM information and insights. And of course, our global product page, which is constantly updated, and online help when you can dive deep into each and every technical aspect of Kaspersky CM. We constantly release technical blog posts. Some links here are attached. They cover the recent updates of our solution and important topics and benefits, such as hardware for CM systems. For example, a big extensive article showing what are the components of Kaspersky CM installation, configuration, and how to best approach it from the price effectiveness standpoint. So very useful sources of information to read and to share. And of course, a bit more information about our partner portal. So this is the source, yes, where you can find everything about the product. And also there you can choose between two training programs. One is for salespeople and a technical one for professional certification that has laboratory tests and pre-configured virtual machines. The page also has the assets such as data sheets, presentations, battle cards, and others. They are at the bottom of the page. And by having completed the deploy specialization, you can automatically get additional resources, such as a technical presentation, POC guide that helps you prepare for the demo step by step. Also get access to the demo environment with a pre-configured solution, and a technical consultation, as well as help with initial pilots and demos. And if you have not completed the deploy specialization, just go to reach out to deploy at kaspersky.com, and you will get all those assets and informations if you request for it. Then speak with your local partner account manager to learn more about the advantages of our partner program, which include the following: the ability to request MDF, get extra rebates, register deals, receive leads, take part in funded head programs, obtain time-limited NFRs for customer pilots, and long-term NFR licenses for own stands. And additionally, you can receive product trainings at a nearby ATC, and the list of the ATCs in your areas can be found via the locator, which is available via the link right here. And this would be it from my side. I'm passing the word to my colleague Alexei.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you very much. I hope you can see the slides again. Thank you for covering all the basic topics and the general overview of our system. And of course, guys, if you are interested in the solution, please come to the mentioned resources, check them out, because what I'm going to do is just to cover a few new features which have been released in the version 3.4 in January this year. Of course, I will not cover all the features of the system in detail. So again, if you are not familiar to our SIEM solution and you are interested in it, please take a look at those videos, at those resources or demo environments we can provide you. Okay. So let me talk about a few features which we believe are most interesting for you. And as you voted, you are interested in AI functionality. And we understand this is a very powerful tool to make life of security analysts easier, and actually to detect more and help to triage alerts. Okay, so we will adopt AI functionality in the future releases, and we've done it in this particular release. Let me talk a bit more about what we have released as a first step, as a first, I would say, approach to this big topic. So we released two functionalities. One of them, we call it asset scoring. What it does, it's a special engine which works closely with existing instance of Kaspersky SIEM. It will ingest all the alerts which happened in our SIEM solution in case they are associated with any assets. Okay, it will ingest it into its model. It will train this model, and the model will understand what behavior is normal for these particular assets. So if this particular chain of alerts happens usually for this particular asset, okay, the model will understand that this behavior is quite usual. So it happens every whatever amount of time, and it means that there is a big risk that it's false positive, okay? Because it happens almost every day or whatever, every week. And it means that maybe it's just a false positive. So in case the model detects a new alert, which is not usual behavior for this particular asset, something new, it will increase the asset risk score. And that will help you to categorize assets based on their risk score, or even to use it for like a second opinion for your detected alerts, so that security analyst will pay attention to those alerts which has a special mark that risk score asset is bigger than usual. Okay, so it will help to work with the most relevant alerts at first. The good thing is that model will train based on your data. It will be trained automatically based on your alerts, based on any differences you have in your environment. Okay, so it's a trainable algorithm. And of course, we will have more AI detection and AI triage scenarios in the future. Another thing we have introduced, but we've introduced it only for Russian market. We are having pilots now for this particular functionality. This is Gen AI functionality. And the scenario I want to talk to you about is a command line explanation. So what it does, when you see an alert with some particular command line, which can be difficult to understand what it actually does, you can just push a button like analyze it. I'm sorry for Russian interface, because it's accessible only for Russian customers. When you push the button analyze, what we will do, we will deobfuscate all the data in the command line, and we will send this data to Kaspersky service, to external provider, for their LLM model to make an explanation what actually happens in this command line, what actually actions will be performed. Okay, so there is a detailed explanation, and also there is a kind of the risk score. So it says suspicious in Russian. Okay, so this is a quick result. If this particular command line is suspicious, does it do something wrong or not? Okay. We are going to deliver this functionality after piloting in Russia and after finding an external LLM provider. So we are working with some of them. We will pick one of them, and it will be available for global markets, I think, in mid of this year. Also, as you know, our solution, as actually Alexander has mentioned, our solution is tightly integrated with TI, with CyberTrace, TI feeds, and you can actually buy our SIEM solution together with most popular TI feeds as a one SKU, as one bundle. So that I wanted to also highlight that in the latest version of TI, we also have some AI adoption. What we can do is that if you check a particular indicator of compromise, and you will have some detailed explanation of what it does. But actually, you can also click a button about OSINT, and you will see detailed explanation, highlights about this particular threat, which was gathered from open source, from open sources. Okay, so from media, from internet actually. So all the data is publicly open, and the LLM model will summarize it and make the most interesting highlights about this particular threat. Okay. Again, we are going to deliver more scenarios, AI scenarios, and they also will be about detecting unauthorized usage of user credentials, detect unusual behavior of users and entities. So we're going to have UBA functionality this year. We will have, well, more features, and actually our incident and response assistant will become stronger and stronger. And in the end, it will help to not only to understand what has happened, but also to respond properly and quickly. Okay. In Kaspersky, we've been working with AI for quite a long time, because we have AI-based threat detection models in our endpoint solutions. It's almost impossible to detect all unknown malwares without AI models, because they are changing constantly. We use AI in our KSN and our expert groups, because imagine we receive millions of samples every day. So for humans, it will be, quite impossible to analyze all of them. So we use different AI mechanisms to better understand what happens actually, and to classify, to group all those samples. Okay. So again, AI is one of the best trends for Kaspersky to follow, and we have a lot of functionality. We have a lot of features in our roadmap, and we've started delivering that functionality in our software, and particularly in our CM, which we're talking right now. Alexander has already shown you the architecture, and again, all the components are quite close to what you can see in other CM solutions. So we have a correlator which supports 100,000 of EPS per one instance. We have a storage which is powered by column-oriented database ClickHouse. So it works much faster for search queries comparing to traditional databases, and it has multi-tier storage where you can optimize your hardware based on the data you need to store. We have different types of collectors, and the new feature I wanted to tell you about is ability to ingest endpoint telemetry using our own antivirus agent. Of course, this feature is very useful for those customers who have our antivirus installed. But in case they have our antivirus, for them it will be really easier to ingest all the telemetry, operating system telemetry from endpoints without need of installing any additional agents, VMAI, or any other additional components to collect all this data. So you can ingest telemetry directly from endpoints just using our agent, which basically has been installed already. Okay. In the newest version, you will be able to see the dependencies between different resources. For example, one search filter can be used in multiple correlation rules, for example, and you can easily check which particular resources are connected to it. Okay, so it will help security analysts to better understand their content and dependencies. Well, one of our advantage is multi-tenancy, which is built in from scratch. So we made actually our solution based on those principles, and that's why we believe our solution is very suitable for MSSP businesses, and it's very suitable for big enterprises where you can isolate data by tenants, you can isolate hardware by tenants, you can make any other flexible configurations based on tenants. Okay. What we have released in our latest version is that we made this one step further. Now we can give a granular access to events, and not only by tenants. We can limit it by tenants, of course, but now we can also use a special so-called spaces and space sets, where you can mark some of the events with particular attribute like space. You can group spaces to different space sets. Like in this example, you may address one space to multiple space sets, and you can give access to space set to particular person. So imagine you have some kind of the confidential data source, and this junior analyst, he mustn't see this. So we can make a granular event access control based on this space functionality. What else? We've done some minor features for improving search queries. For example, all our resources like search queries like correlation rules and others could be tagged now, so you can add additional attribute to all of them. It could be a particular tag, and you can search by this tag, but also you can search by not only by name of the resource, but also by its content, like description or maybe condition. So full text search is available for all the resources now. Also, we will keep last 32 in-class search in-class in the list, so you can easily switch between them. For example, if you use like 5 or 10 or 15 most you have most used search queries, they will be in the table, so you can easily jump between them. And now we can have dashboards and reports with rolling windows, like past 24 hours or something like that. Okay. We've a bit improved our dashboard functionality. We've added so-called stack chart. We've added relative time intervals to dashboard functionality. And another feature is that now we can do queries which combine data from different tables, even from tables from internal database. So it will help to visualize more data, and it will help to make it more flexible, I would say, and more relevant to you. Okay. What else? Yeah, so we are going to actually do a lot of improvements with our dashboard functionality. We are going to divide two processes. One process will be new features of the product, and another process will be to deliver new dashboards, new type of reports, and so on. So in the future, you will be able to get updates for the new reports without need of upgrading the installation itself. So at the moment, if you want to have a new report, you need to upgrade your version. So all the report functionality goes together with the installation pack. But what we're going to do is to distribute these reports using our update servers, like we do with correlation rules and normalizers. So we're going to do the same with our reports. Okay. And of course, we are going to have many predefined widgets, many new types of diagrams, and that will be the main purpose of our June release of our 4.0 release this year, coming this year. We've introduced Sigma rule converter, so you can just put Sigma rule and you can get Kuma rule or Kuma filter code, SQL query, and just use it in our SIEM solution immediately. Okay, it could be useful because in some countries we see that state authorities send some potential threats in Sigma format, but also there are many open Sigma contributors. So you may find useful to convert Sigma rule into the particular content of our SIEM. What else? We've introduced a new feature. We now can request our storage, our ClickHouse, to do data mining features. For example, to calculate average or maximum or something like that. Because before that feature, we had to create an active list, a special table where we will keep all the data, and we need to do that calculation inside of the SIEM core. But now we can do all of this stuff at storage size, which will work faster, and it will not require to create those unnecessary active list, unnecessary tables. Okay. What else? Now we have a resource versioning. So if you create a new correlation rule, for example, or if you create a new version of correlation rule, the previous one will be saved, and you can easily switch between them. And also you can see the difference. So if you have any kind of the junior analyst, for example, and he has created some kind of the rule, so senior analyst can understand the difference, and he can jump back to the working option, and well, it will help again security analysts to do their job. Yeah, flexible retention period. Now it's not only in days, but also in a percentage of disk space. In terms of coverage, in terms of correlation rules, we've done a lot. This table shows you our progress during 2024 for covering meter matrix. So now we covered about 400 techniques, which is about 62% of all techniques known to the industry. And with SIEM, you may protect against maybe 70 or 65 or something like that, because all other techniques will require you other tools, other solutions. So we can say that we are almost covered with meter techniques, and of course we will continue this process. We have a special team who is creating correlation rules based on new threats, based on new data sources we have in our system, based on new scenarios we can support. Okay, and those updates, they usually are published quarterly. So every 3 months you will get an update with new correlation rules. And usually we publish a new version of our solution twice a year, so June and December. Again, this is a usual track. The same for normalizers. So we've released a number of new normalizers, including Microsoft Office 365 API ingestion. We improved our existing normalizers, and of course, we will send you new data sources. We have a plan. If you need any particular data sources, please come and ask for them. By the way, this is our SLA for support. Every transaction of our SIEM goes with either premium or premium plus type of support. And our customers are entitled to have 5 or 10 normalizers to be developed for free, by the way. That's it from my side. Guys, thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please put them into the Q&A session. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexei. Thank you very much, Alexander, for sharing that with us. It was really good and very interesting. I don't really see any additional questions. If you have any questions to both Alexei or Alexander, just let us know. If not, you can do that anyways, and we'll respond to you via email. I also encourage you to please, after the call, give it like 30 seconds to fill in the survey. That would be fantastic. And there seems to be a question. Hang on, I don't see that. I don't see the question. Polina, maybe can you share that with Alexei?
Yes, hi everyone. I can see one question from, excuse me if I pronounced that incorrectly, Kosa. So our experts might reply to this question by voice. So the question goes as, how does Kuma compare to the trend for SORAR solutions and process orchestration and automation? Could you guys please take this question?
Yeah, this is a great question, and we see that many CM vendors they implement SOAR functionality into their CM office. We do not have SOAR functionality in our core CM offer. We have it in our XDR offer. So this is one of the difference between our CM offer and XDR offer. So response functionality, orchestration playbooks, investigation graph, all that stuff is a part of our XDR offer. In Kaspersky SIEM, it has core CM functionality, and you can respond, but you can respond using a single step, like to do an atomic response, I would say. So you can respond to whatever external security tools or whatever applications. You can use custom script, but again, it will not be a playbook, it will not be a workflow, it will be just one step response. Okay, I hope it answers the question.
Thank you, Alexei. I also see now I see the questions. I had a little technical glitch here. There was one from Helen regarding a more technical webinar and presentation. And Helen, I have news for you. Good news. We already set up a technical webinar for next week, same time. And I want to make sure like you also get that invitation. That will give us more of a technical deep dive. Exactly the same time next week, Wednesday.
Yeah, that will be my colleague who will present the solution, and he will also do a demo, and you will see an interface. So please, if you are a technical person, I definitely encourage you to join this webinar, because it will be more technical detail.
Okay, I think with that we have the questions answered. So great. So we are just on time. Thank you very much for that. It was great to all have you there. And yeah, hopefully see you next week for the technical webinar and next month for any other topic. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.